Welcome to the Aesthetics Unfiltered podcast. We are Michelle Jones and Melanie Torres, two leading medical aesthetic nurse practitioners and great friends based in California. We uncover the inner workings of the booming aesthetics industry from both the patients as well as the providers' perspectives.
Join us for the authentic conversations about current and trending treatments, best practices, and the real issues people face with modern beauty standards. Any information or advice given is general in nature. You should consult with a healthcare provider before undergoing any treatment.
Hey everyone, this is the first episode of season 2, and we are back with Aesthetics Unfiltered, and we have some juicy topics for you today. How are you doing today, Mel? Doing good?
I'm great. I'm excited for our next episodes we're doing together.
Yay! So today's topic is how to look like you have no filler with filler, and 5 bullet points on that. So we're going to go through 5 things of how to look like you have no filler with filler, and other modalities that you can do to have that no filler look. All right. This was a trend. This was a trending topic. Of course, Instagram leads everything, but it's kind of like everybody really does need filler, in my opinion, but they want it to look natural, thank God. And that's like where we're heading as an industry, is the natural look. And so we've talked about this on our last podcast episodes, and we're just going to go into a few, give you the meat and potatoes of what you need. So how do you feel about this, Mel?
There's been a lot in the last year of people being scared to do filler and getting pillow face and whatnot. But I think if you educate the patient well and tell them why we need to do it, and these five ways we're going to tell people how to do great filler and not look like you have filler, but we're going to tell you how to get filler that way. So what are the main ways you think, Michelle? What's your first way?
So let's go through all 5. Number 1, facial balancing with filler. So you still need filler. I just think we can go into this, like why balancing your filler and doing artistically placed filler and seeing an expert injector is key. Number 2, invest in lasers and energy-based devices. Number 3, consider Sculptra. Number 4, consider PRF and Microneedling, or PRP. And number 5, be consistent and invest in 3 of the top medical grade products: retinol, an antioxidant, and exosomes. So those are the top topics that we'll talk about, and we'll deep dive into them. So are you, how much filler are you doing? Are you seeing like facial balancing with filler? Does anybody have that buzz term when they come in to see you, any of the younger patients?
Yeah, so during my consults, I always explain that, people will come in and say, oh, this really bothers me. But in order to keep the natural look with filler, you can't really just do one area.
Right.
So I educate, if you just want to do your pre-jowls, you're getting you're looking like you're losing volume in your chin.
Yeah.
If you just do that one area, you need to kind of do some in your cheeks as well to make the whole face balanced.
Exactly.
That's what I'm teaching them. Yeah.
And I love that. I mean, basically it's what we've been doing all along. It's just now patients are aware that just doing their lips or doing one part of their face is actually looking more unnatural. And it looks more natural if you do little bits all over the face just to make things look cohesive. It's like you're cleaning your kitchen and then the rest of your house looks like shit, right? So...
Right. And just doing the little tweakments, a little bit in each area. You don't have to do 10 syringes in one area. You can just do maybe 3 for a full facial rebalancing on the younger patient. And you just do a little in your cheeks, a little light in your lips, a little in your jawline. And that way it keeps the really natural look.
I love that. And I think that's the hottest topic with filler is people also... They're scared of looking unnatural, but they also are aware that they can do more on their face and still look good. And that's refreshing for me to hear. It's less work for me in the room, which is really nice. So I think as injectors, we've known that all along, but now the public is more aware of that, and that's exciting. So that is topic one, is you still need filler. You just need strategically facial balanced filler to look like you don't have filler.
Exactly. Not too much in one area, just like tiny artistic bits in most of the areas in all of your face.
I love that. So, topic two, and you do a lot of lasers and energy based devices, Mel, but I think this,
Mhm.
like we talked about in our last episodes, is lasers, energy based devices, things that break down your skin into a wound healing response and tell your skin to regenerate are back on trend big time. So, what are you seeing in your clinic in terms of lasers and energy based devices? Are you seeing this?
Yeah, so I'm working with a new laser that's like a great laser. It's the Cool Peel Tetra
Ooh, I
laser.
want to hear
So
about
it's
that.
a low downtime CO2 laser. So CO2 is an ablative laser that actually makes physical little entry points into your skin, but Cool Peel doesn't hurt. Usually with CO2 lasers, you need like full anesthesia and you get like a bloody face, but with the Cool Peel, it's the same recovery time as like a Moxie per se, but it's really boosting the collagen deeper within the skin, and there's no downtime. So I got one last week and I only had 1 or 2 days of redness. So it's like healing from a Moxie, but
I
it's
really want that
more of a
done.
collagen booster. It's so, and it feels because there's so many little tiny ablative entry points, it feels like this very fine sand. Your skin feels like very fine sandpaper. And on all the other lasers we've been working on, it's more of like a rough texture, but you
Yeah.
just see how precise this laser is. And really, your skin is like your fountain of youth. That's really what people are looking for. So people now are doing less filler. You still need some, like we just said, but really taking care of your skin and boosting natural collagen is the way to go, in my opinion.
I love that. I heard about that laser and I personally want to try it and I sign me up.
Yeah, for sure.
I really want it.
When we do, yeah, maybe you can be my model when you come
I'm
visit in LA
ready.
next
I'm
month.
ready. Do it.
Okay,
Do
girl,
it.
I'll do it for you. Awesome.
Yeah, I just did Morpheus a week and a half ago, so my face is like still even a little puffy from that. But I try to do Morpheus, which is microneedling and radio frequency, like every 6 months for maintenance. And then our clinic recently got Moxie laser, which is like you had just mentioned it. We had an episode on this, but it's a Fraxel type laser technology that's better for like pigmentation and safe. It's a great laser. It's just it's basically like a stronger, clear, and brilliant laser, but it just makes you like have micro sloughing, not a ton of peeling, not a ton of downtime, but it really cleans up your skin. And all of these, the most popular lasers are the ones that have like minimal downtime and give you the most bang for your buck, basically. And patients are realizing that. So emphasis on
Yep. And you,
skincare.
100%. And you, with the lasers, the best treatment I'm seeing in my office now is adding PRF or exosomes directly after the laser treatment. You use it topically afterwards. So it makes the healing time cut in half. And then it's adding your own growth factors into your skin. So we're now basically pairing a laser with like a PRF or exosomes afterwards.
I think that's amazing. That's the biggest I wouldn't say trend, but that's the biggest thing I've seen is we're kind of reinventing treatments that we've had for a while and just maximizing them by adding in exosomes and our own plasma. And we can go into what exosomes are later, but they're basically like little messenger cells within our body that tell the other cells that make collagen and elastin to work more efficiently. And the source really matters from where these exosomes are coming from. So we have really high quality exosomes in our clinic that we put on right after different lasers as well. And I feel like it really does speed up the healing process. And I would say my patients
Mm-hmm.
that have been doing these type of modalities, they look 3 to 5 years younger within like a year or two. It's kind of crazy. Great explanation.
100%.
So cool. I'm excited to try what's it called? Cool.
It's called a Cool
Yes,
Peel,
that's what
a
I've heard
Cool
of.
Peel laser.
That's buzzing right
Hmm.
now.
It's
Um,
by Carteza is the brand of it.
nice. So the other
Yeah.
one we had is consider Sculptra. I am obsessed with Sculptra. As you guys know, I'm a Sculptra trainer. And I just started my own private aesthetic injectable training company where I train a lot of the Bay Area on Sculptra. So I am obsessed. Mel, we did Sculptra on you
Hmm.
last year, and then I've had a few vials throughout the last few years too. But now the public is aware of Sculptra, which is pretty cool, and it's considered like a biostimulatory, like injectable. And we've talked about this on our last episodes, but even like using Sculptra as like a tool for skin texture improvement and combining it like within a window of 2 weeks in between your energy based devices or your
Hmm.
microneedling can actually amplify the results. And so,
100%.
are you seeing any of that in your practice?
Yeah, I always like I recommend to do the Sculptra, and then we do the injections and it looks great right away, and then the swelling goes down. But if you, like you're saying, do a laser or microneedling a week or two afterwards, and it also gives you the skin result too. So it's boosting.
Yeah,
It's like, combo treatments in aesthetics are like really big now. It's a lot of my patients come in and are like, I just want to get a lot of stuff done at one time
yeah,
because I don't want the downtime,
yeah.
and I want to see the results quicker. So if you do a laser or microneedling after Sculptra, it boosts the results and you see it quicker.
I love that. Yeah, I think we're in this
Mm.
era of like maximizing our outcomes and our time. And
Yeah.
if you're gonna have some downtime, might as well just like try to make the most of it. That's why.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you can even do like a laser. Sometimes I do, if it's the right candidate, you can do like a laser and even Morpheus on the same day, and then you just like get it through it and you see the results quicker and you have less downtime.
That sounds a little intense. I don't know if I've tried that personally, but
Really?
no.
We do it at my office.
Wow. Jesus, everyone has like a
Yeah, I
facelift
know.
walking out. All right,
I
I
know,
might be down to
seriously.
try that then. Why not?
I know.
All right. So that's with Sculptra. The other thing that's cool about Sculptra is if you just do like 1 to 2 vials, it's not really going to give you a lot of volume unless you're like in your 20s or early 30s. So it's more of like a skin quality improver and it does brighten your skin. So it's very safe. But it does, just like Mel said, helps the other treatments work better. We talked about PRF and microneedling. Again, that kind of falls in the category of energy based devices or just basically things that bioregenerative medicine, things that just break down your skin and tell you to regenerate. I think microneedling,
Mhm.
though, is like kind of the best, most affordable, like easiest thing that people can start with. What do you think?
I honestly, I love just old school micro needling. And pairing it with the PRF. So that's usually what I recommend to my newest patients is just to get it done because it's safe. Any age can do it. It's like minimal downtime, and
Right.
it's a way for people that are scared to do these really advanced procedures or combo treatments. It's natural,
Mm-hmm.
and I honestly, when I first meet people, I kind of always recommend it because anyone can do it, and it's natural, and you see the result very quickly. It's kind of like the boot camp of medical aesthetics is skin pen microneedling, and then if you want to add on the topicals.
I love that. Yeah, I feel like it's underrated a little bit for some reason. It's like because there's all these fancier treatments. I think people get really confused, and we can go into that on another thing. But people come in, they're like, the more I research, the more I'm lost. And I'm like, just listen to episode 2. But yeah,
Yeah, or
keep
just
it
try it.
simple.
You
Keep it
try it.
simple.
Oh,
Try it.
a hundred
Yeah,
percent.
try maybe 1 or 2 things and then see like what you resonate with the best and then be consistent. Don't keep switching back and forth. It's too confusing.
And
Um,
also, like, I think with all ages you can do it, and I think we were talking about this before we prepped, is like really older patients,
mhm.
they're a hard age group to treat. It's always easier to treat younger, but
Yeah.
with older patients, even micro needling is something that's not crazy expensive, and it still will help their skin quality. So like I recommend it for older patients because it's hard to get them looking good.
Yeah, we can go yeah, it's hard because you have a lot more laxity as we age and so back in the day, we used to just be like, oh, we have like these few tools and this is what we're going to maximize with these tools. But you can't like try to correct laxity with filler. Like there's a limit on how much you can do with filler for loose skin and it will just look puffy. So I'm just really direct with those patients and I'm like, hey, you're going to need like a facelift at some point if you want the best results, but we can really work on your quality of skin and you use
Mm-hmm.
all the non-surgical modalities that we have. And in general, you look way better. And with facial balancing, you won't notice your jowls as much. So, it takes more work up front. But I agree with you. Microneedling is one of those amazing tools that's great for all ages. Um, and really does help the texture pores. And I think it's underutilized, honestly. I think just because there's so many new fancier things that are wrapped up, but I think if people are just consistent with microneedling, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, 100%.
So lastly is just really
Mm-hmm.
good skincare, and the skincare world is bananas. It's crazy. It's everybody and their mom and their dog has a skincare line. I should just make Fluffy a skincare line. It's crazy. Fluffy is my new Persian cat, so you might see her on the video at some point. But when people tell me the products they're on, I get so overwhelmed and lost. So my suggestion is stick with 3 medical grade products, maximize like the quality of your product, and you don't need like 20 different products. And if you do, then you're probably putting too many things on your face, but just like get high quality stuff. And that's hard because even if it has a doctor's name on the bottle, it doesn't mean it has any research behind it. And that's what's really
Mm-hmm.
confusing for patients. What do you think, Mel? What are you seeing out there?
I agree. I mean, everyone has their own skin brand, skincare line now, but I like to go with the ones that I know are evidence-based and that, pharmaceutical companies make and, they're the ones that have been around for a while. I don't know. I mean, I have to try a product first. I never recommend a product to a patient unless I've seen the results of it. But like you said, the main three, like a retinol, a retinoid, everyone we all recommend it, and they're lighter quality ones now that don't make you red or like dry, so a retinoid, and then an antioxidant to help like the free radicals and the damage that you get from the sun and from pollution. So if someone had we have antioxidants, it prevents that free radical damage. And then what's the third one? What's your third best your best skincare recommendation?
I think it's what I'm doing personally are exosomes. And so there's 2 products that we sell in our clinic that have exosomes, and one is plated, and the other one is Skin Medica's TNS Recovery. And so they're both,
Mm-hmm.
the science is pretty cool. And exosome technology, I'm not a scientist, so you guys can go and into it, but it's like basically the messenger cell that houses all the growth factors. And before that, growth factors are really important, but I feel like the exosomes are more powerful just listening to different webinars. But the source of the exosomes really matters. It needs to be a pure source, and it can be a little tricky. Not all exosomes are created equal. But luckily, we have cherry-picked products that have really high clinical trial evidence on them. And I have gotten really good feedback from my patients that have been using these products, including myself. So that's what I recommend, and you guys can check out those products online. It's Ryan Aesthetics is the plated, and then we have Skin Medica, which is the Botox brand skincare line, and their TNS Recovery has the
Yeah.
exosomes.
I love the TNS. I've been using it since I worked in, and since I started working in the industry. And like, they didn't used to, it's always been the exosomes, but they like rebranded it because people didn't know about,
Yeah,
the public didn't know about exosomes, but TNS has always had the exosomes
yeah,
in it. And the recovery is like the pure
yeah.
exosomes.
So we have really great products. My suggestion is don't go and buy 50 products from Sephora. Maybe just buy 1 or 2 high quality products that we know that work, and find what works best for your skin, and work with your medical professional instead of somebody who you could trust a little bit more than just like an ad online, because a
Yeah,
lot those ads can
a
say
hundred
anything.
percent. 100%. Make sure they're clinical trials of it because people are like, oh, I have this brand from
Yeah,
Sephora and this one. But like, make sure you're going to like a medical provider or aesthetic medicine provider that knows which products are the best. And never buy products straight off Amazon because they don't have to be real. So like all of my patients come in and are like, oh, I got it on Amazon. I was like,
yeah,
no, guys, like get it from like a store that like you can return it to
yeah.
and it's proven that it's the real product.
I love that. So, in summary, how to get the no filler look with these 5 steps. 1, facial balancing with filler. Yes, you still need filler, but you need it balanced. Number 2, invest in lasers and energy based devices. Number 3, consider Sculptra. Number 4, consider PRF and microneedling. Number 5, be consistent and invest in 3 medical grade products, including a medical grade retinol, an antioxidant such as a vitamin C, and then topical exosomes. All right, guys, we're short and to the
All
point
right.
today.
Awesome. We'll see you guys at our next podcast.
All right, like, subscribe, tell us topics that you're interested in, and DM us. Bye. For our latest news, follow us on Instagram at aesthetics.unfiltered.podcast or in our personal pages on Instagram.
Mine is melanie.skin.np and Michelle skin.smarty.np, both on Instagram. Have a great day.